Students, hope you're having a joyful learning. Today we'll be starting with a new lesson, that is sorting materials into groups, part 1. So what are we going to study in this chapter? We are going to study why we need to classify things, what are objects and materials, and some properties of materials which are used for grouping. First, when you look at this picture, it's a picture from a grocery store where you can see the things which are arranged as per the. It can be grains, it can be the ketchup bottles, it can be the things used to wash things. Yeah, those all are kept separately so that it can be identified easily, because a shopkeeper deals with many people at once. So a person, if he is asking rice, he cannot keep on searching if it is kept somewhere else. If a person asks for a ketchup bottle and it's kept along with shampoo bottles, it will take a lot of time for him to get that for you. So they need to be arranged in a way so that it makes the work easier. So what is grouping or classification? It is sorting the things based on the similar properties. Properties means it can be based on the size, shape, color, the material that it is made of. Okay, these are properties. So when you separate them based on choosing one of the property, then you can group them into a single group. Now imagine your dad brings you your favorite ice cream and you want to have it before it gets melted. You go to the kitchen to get a spoon so that you can eat it fast. And you go and open the drawer and you see this state. So you're very anxious and you feel so sad. But if the spoons and forks are arranged in this way, won't you be able to eat your favorite ice cream as soon as it comes? Because you're easy to locate. You're easily going to find the spoon in its place, right? So this is the importance of grouping or classifying. Why we need to classify things? Firstly, it makes our work easy. As you saw in the earlier picture, I told you, you could locate the spoon easily and have your favorite scoop of ice cream. And it work when you do it, you can work smartly and as well save time. Here, hard work is not required, smart work is required. See, once you arrange all the things properly, it is going to be one time work. You're not going to do it repeatedly, and it will save your time. You don't have to search every time to find one thing. So work smart and save time. It will help you find the exception. Now in the picture, you can locate easily the pink balloon. In the same way, if you arrange your things properly, if there is one thing which is separate among all other things, like you have all white colors and you have only one red color in your color box, you'll be easily able to understand that okay, I need this color, right? Or it may be in a box of pencils, by mistake you place a pen, you can identify easily because it's an exception. So what is the use of classification? It makes your work easy, it will save your time, and it will help you to identify the exceptions easily. Before we go into the details of about more about sorting, we'll see what are objects and materials. Objects are something which you use on a regular basis. Like for example, water bottles. Here you have two types of water bottles. One is a steel bottle and one is a plastic bottle. So this is an object which you can see and which you can as well as feel. So what is a material? Now, if you see in the picture, you have a steel bottle and you have a plastic bottle. Material is anything out of which an object is made. Okay, this is an object, but this is a material. Now, from steel, you can make many other things also. Steel sheets are there, steel tiffin boxes will be there, steel pens will be there. Same way, plastic chairs will be there, plastic compass boxes will be there. So, plastic is a material, whereas a bottle, a compass box, a chair is an object, right? So if you see the environment friendly, it's better to use steel bottle. Now again, it doesn't mean you buy keep on buying steel bottles and use. Even they are not easily decomposable. You have to use one steel bottle for a longer time, then you will be helping the environment. Next, what are some of the properties which you can use for grouping? Based on rigidity, that means whether it will stretch or no, or whether it's impact like a solid, it's rigid, so that can be one property. Flexibility, that is it will bend or no. Fragile, breaks easily. Strong means the strength, if you throw a stone it won't break easily, so that is the strength. So some of the properties on which you can group the things are these as well as these. It can be a metal, grouping the things based on metal. Now you have plastic spoons as well as metal spoons. You can separate them based on metal and plastic, made of glass or plastic. So these are different properties on which you can group a material. Here, if you see a material, you can make different things from it, right? For example, paper is used to make books, newspapers, paper cups, carry bags, and etc. Understanding of objects and materials helps us to analyze why a certain object is built with a certain material. Now, for example, let us say we need to make a pair of spectacles, yeah, specs. We could use from a variety, that is wood, glass, plastic, or gold. I have a lot of money, I'm going to make a gold spectacle. Okay. We cannot obviously use wood because we cannot see through it. We cannot use gold either because it's very expensive. We need a material which is light and also which is transparent. Yes. So we choose either plastic or glass. So based on what you are going to make, you have to choose the material. Now you are going to you use paper cups, right? If you're going to keep the liquid for a longer time in that, you cannot be using paper cups, right? You cannot carry your food in that cups or made of paper, so you have to use steel for that. Based on the purpose and for what are you using, what are you putting into it, you have to choose the material. So thank you, we will continue in the next session.